Hello again, and welcome back to King's Couch. I'm Connection, and yeah, welcome back, my single imaginary viewer who I've come to love so very much. But, oh, right, what was I talking about? Oh, right, so it's a little after 4th of July. I think it's a few days. 4th of July weekend just ended. And there was all that fun, exciting celebrations with the fireworks and stuff. But my opinions on patriotism aside, which aren't terribly popular, I've been trying to think of ideas for videos that I could do, you know, and I usually don't like to get mm, terribly political, I guess you'd say. Uh, but there's a certain point. I mean, I'm by all means no expert, but there's a certain point where you have to ask yourself, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and as a informed citizen, I should, have some opinions on that. Generally speaking, you should have opinions about it, and you should really take time to consider what all is happening in the world because it affects all of us. Each and every one of us is a human on this planet, and that's something that we don't do the best at acknowledging. I like to refer to us as arrogant apes. We tend to think of ourselves as the center of the universe, and frankly, that's just not the case. I mean, I never understood. I guess it's easy to get caught up in the moment, but I never understood how people can, every day go outside and look up in the sky at the giant fusion reactor that's shining. Like, seriously, just put on a pair of shades, go outside, look up in the sky, and you'll see a giant fusion reactor that's billions of years old. And I don't understand how you can look at that and think to yourself, you know what? Yeah, my opinions are really important. Yep, my petty squabbles and random memes are the most important thing in the world, and everybody should give a crap about them. But that's just not the case. But that's not to say that we're insignificant either, because we're in a unique position as a people, as a species, where we're intelligent enough and we've advanced far enough where we have the technology to accomplish these amazing things. And the only thing that's holding us back is us. Just us. We're the only thing that's holding us back. And in order to understand how we got here, we have to understand where we came from. History is so important, and it can get pretty dull. It can. I'm gonna be honest. It can get pretty boring. I mean, that's why you have people like me around. People who have literally nothing better to do with their time. I mean, if I'm being honest, none of us have anything better to do with our time, and that's just the way it is. But actually, there is one thing that we should be doing, which is advancing our species to the next level. And it's funny because people give these new billionaires a really hard time because is it Jeff Bezos or whatever, head of Amazon? He's like, I don't know what to spend all my money on, so I'm spending it on space travel. And it's like, and then of course people's response is, we have so many problems in the world. Why don't you fix these problems with all that money? And they're both right. And fortunately, they're both right. We do need that. We need to fix the problems in the world because we have horrible social problems in this world that need to be addressed. But at the same time, space travel is something that is also incredibly important. See, the thing is, the dinosaurs were wiped out by a giant space rock, and the same thing is legitimately a threat to, like at any moment a big rock could fall from space and kill all of us. I mean, that's assuming we don't kill each other first. Obviously, that's the more imminent threat, is that we're all going to murder each other. I mean, that's a very much more imminent possibility at this point. But even if we were somehow able to make peace with each other and move forward, there's always going to be that hanging imminent threat of the cosmos, and the only way to get around that is to advance as a species and become a spacefaring race of creatures that can explore the stars and inhabit other worlds. without that, we'll always be trapped. We'll never truly have freedom as long as we're confined to this little rock in our little section of space, because we'll always be at the mercy of the cosmos until we can advance to the point where we can live on other worlds, and we'll never truly be free. So, all the red, right, and red, right. Red, white, and blue. I can't speak. It's a problem. But yes, all the red, white, and blue in the world will not save you from giant space rocks. There's just nothing that you could do to stop it at this point. We just don't have the technology or infrastructure in place to stop it. And we could get to that point, and it would not be terribly difficult. I mean, it would be a road. I mean, it's going to be a difficult road no matter what. But the biggest holdup that we have right now is we have these people who are trying to hold us back. People like, oh, I don't know, a certain orange haired moron who is somehow, gosh, I don't even, it's Trump. All right, it's Trump. He's an idiot, he's a moron, and I hate the guy. I can't stand him. And I know that if anybody, any of his religious supporters saw this, they'd be like, blah 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 blah, what do you know, blah 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 blah, you don't know anything. It's like, well, I know enough to know he's an idiot. I mean, that doesn't take much. It's not hard to do. I just, the thing that I have is, like, he's the best that humanity has to offer. Like, we've had how many years at this point? Thousands of years of humanity and evolution, and we have, that's what we came up with, was this guy, this moron is the best we have to offer. It doesn't instill a lot of hope or faith in humanity when you're like, well, we're gonna prop this guy up. Yep, he's gonna be the best of us right here. This is the best of us, and I'm gonna make another video on sort of like the history of the United States, because I like to make boring videos about boring things that no one will ever watch anyways. But it's a fun little research project about the history of the United States, and how it relates to the present political climate that we're in, because everything's always connected, you know. And I like to talk about things that most people would find utterly boring, and most people will, because I doubt anybody's actually going to watch this. But in the off chance that they do, they may very well learn something, and that's kind of scary. I know it scares me a little bit too, but we'll see what happens.